We have two sizes of clipper pliers. These are laparoscopic clipper pliers, right? Because they go into the ports. So these are called laparoscopic clipper pliers. You have a large, it says it on here, which is green, it's a 12, and then you have a medium large. All we want to know is this a 5 millimeter and this is a 10 millimeter. You see the differences?
That one's 10, the green one's 10?
Correct. I'm just saying, we're not going to ask you like looking at the size on here. I want you to know what this is. This is a 5 millimeter clipper plier, 10 millimeter clipper plier. Okay? Same thing like with the scopes. You have a 5 millimeter and you have a 10 millimeter. Okay? These are the clipper pliers. If they got a bleeder inside, they clipping with these. Different sizes, they can clip arteries, whatever they can clip with these. These are disposable. You don't reload these and reuse them because you can't put staples back in there. This is a one-time use only. One-time use only. I'll show you the ones that you can reload. These are one-time use only. Once it says on here, how many clips come in here? 15. How many come in here? 20. If we ask you something like that. Okay, but we're not gonna do that right now. Monopolar Bovie cord. I don't know where it's at in your book. I think it may be in this one.
Is it mono-Bovie?
M-O-N-O, monopolar Bovie cord. I don't know if it's in that, it's not in that book, so let's see if it's in this book. That's why I said bring all your books, because I don't know which one of them may have it, so you can study it, circle it, or whatever you need to do.
McKenna, do you want to pop your phone up here so that way you can
Oh
write?
yeah, sure, that would be great, thank you.
It's already recording.
33 or 30 somebody. Let's see, 31, 32. Let's see, go over to, I don't see it.
Is it the I-143 on the bottom of 30?
Which book you, 143?
Oh wait, page 33 on the bottom. That image.
Yeah, but that's a different chord. That's a total different chord,
Okay.
correct. That's a total different chord. But stay on that page anyway. So this is what you hook up to your laparoscopic instruments if you want to burn something. That's why, remember I showed you that point that stick out on the end, this is what goes in it. It sticks on there, and if they need to use the scissors to burn, they got it hooked up to some kind of heat generator. So this is the one you'll see with your laparoscopic instruments in their laparoscopic tray. Sometimes they're black, sometimes they're white cord, it all varies.
What is that called?
Monopolar. Monopolar. If you look on, like she said, 33, it tells you right there under argon beam coagulation, then it says monopolar electrosurgery. That's the word you need to know. Monopolar.
For the first two, are you saying laparoscopic clipper pliers or clip applier?
Clip applier.
Clip, okay, I was hearing.
Well, it's clips in it. Is that what you said?
Because I was hearing clipper plier.
Oh no, clip apply. I may talk fast, girl. Don't be funny with me. Don't. I'm just messing with you. Clip applier, C-L-I-P. I'm sorry. Okay.
Oh, it's not
So
on here.
would you,
Go ahead.
would you label that when we're writing it down, would you do monopolar cord?
Monopolar Bovie cord. Yes, monopolar Bovie cord. Mountain, good, whatever time it is. You late, but good evening, good morning.
Good evening.
I was gonna say whatever time it is, I don't know. This is what it has on here. It's called harmonic, just like the harmonic player, harmonic scapule. Harmonic scapule. You can find it probably in your book. I don't know. You just gotta go look.
H-A-R-M-O-N-I-C. Scapular?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not learn, scalpel.
Oh, scalpel.
It's on 31.
What?
It's on page 31.
And what book you in? The blue book, 31?
At the very bottom.
That's what friends are for.
Thank you.
There it is. That's exactly what this is. But if you look at it, it's different. It's different. That hand pieces is this way, where this hand piece is this way, but it's still the same thing. It's because of whoever the company is that makes these. There's a cord that go with this that'll stick in here to make this work. A cord that you do not throw away. This is disposable, but the cord is not disposable. Okay? So this is the harmonic scalpel. Okay? This is a robotic monopolar curved scissors. Robotic monopolar curved scissors. And the name is on here, but when you have it on your test, you won't see the name. Only tip I'm giving, if you pay attention to that orange, you ought to know this is scissors, because this is the only one that you got to put a protective cover over to cover that orange up.
You said robotic monopolar scissors?
Curved scissors. Y'all need to make sure you put it like that. Curved scissors, because these are curved. Then they have some that are straight. Your tip I'm giving you is only one. This is orange, that means this is a scissor. There's a protective cover we have to put on here, else we can't use this. It'll burn the patient.
Is that disposable or no?
So, with any robotic instrument, and these are robotic instruments too, but you don't have to know these. They have lives, 10 lives, and it'll tell you when you expire on the 10 lives. You don't throw this away until it reaches the lives.
Okay.
So as you hook stuff up, and we're gonna get to that and show you that, you pay attention to your screen, it'll tell you how many lives are left on each individual instrument, then you dispose it. Okay? Now, if it's a malfunction instrument, you always give it off and don't try to reuse it, because they need to get rid of it and send it back to the company. Okay?
Can you go see the same as page 53,
What-
where it says round tip scissors, and then on the bottom it says,
What book you in, the blue?
yes.
On page 53?
Yes, and then on the additional info it says straight or curved.
Well, I gotta get to 53, hold on.
That second.
Or this one, the blue one.
Oh. Correct. See that? Yeah.
So if you
But we don't wanna call it round tip, no. This is, we're going by what's wrote on here. It's on here telling you what's on here. That's how you gonna go pull it when you go pull your cases. You're going by what name is on here. That tip is round because that's a different kind of that's a different type. No. This is what this is on here. I'm giving you the name that is actually gonna be when you open up the box, when they sterilize it. This is what it is. They do have them that say round tip, but when you look at them through 3D, the tip is gonna look totally different than what you're seeing with your naked eye.
Okay.
That makes sense. Because in a robot, you're gonna see stuff 3D. Okay? The next one is a robotic, and that's why I want you to learn robotic. Fenestrated bipolar forceps. There's a lot of them out there gonna have this particular tip, guys. If you pay attention, when you come up here and play with them, a lot of them are gonna have this particular tip. I got one right here. It's the same tip. If you look at them and come play with them, but this says Cartier. I don't know really what the serious difference is. The surgeons know because they know when they're using it. Pay attention to that because everything got a name on it. But you don't need to know this one. Don't worry about the white stuff.
Can you repeat that one more time, the robotic fenestrated?
Fenestrated bipolar forceps. I don't know, they may be and they may not be. I don't know if they put all the new robotic stuff in there. They got like the graspers and, okay, so let's see. Look at dissecting forceps on page 54. This is what this is a dissecting forceps. It's just a special name they want it to be. Because you look at this tip and that tip, but the name is on here. Now, it does dissect, but it also burns. With that cord you showed me earlier. What page was that?
Page 33 in the other book.
Yes, with that particular cord on page 33, that blue cord, this the cord gonna hook up in here. In order for it to burn. And they will have, you're gonna have to have some heat. So when you hear them use the term heat, that means they need some heat to it so it can burn. This one here, goes to there. You just hook on there.
That one doesn't burn.
Yes, when you put heat on it.
Okay.
Yeah, anything that's gonna have a tip, like some of them may not have a tip, that means you can't put heat on it. So it just depends on what it is. So that's why you gotta pay attention to a lot of things. A lot of times on robotic cases, you're gonna have several different types of cords up on the field.
Yeah,
Some for one tooth, some for double tooth. You gotta really pay attention to that.
And the black cord, that's the monopolar Bovie cord.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Sigmoidoscope. SIG mortar scope. They found it in one of these books yesterday, the other day. It wasn't in that one, so it must be in this one. Yes, page 29 in your instrumentation book. SIG mortar scope. There is a light that'll hook on here that come in a kit, cause this come in like a set, just like y'all opening instruments now. This come in a set. It come in a set with a light that's gonna hook on this end, a light adapter, and then it's gonna come with a little bag you put right here that you squeeze to put air. What do you think this is used?
The sigmoid colon to use.
It's go right up in your rectum. You're gonna stick this in your anal, in your rectum area. So what they do, anytime you pass anything, you know how y'all was messing with the DNC set a while ago and y'all had those dilators? You always have some type of lubrication on your back table. It's called KY jelly. This stuff, before you pass it, they gotta lubricate it so they stick it in a female. This, they gotta lubricate it before they stick it in your rectum so it'll go in. They stick this in with that dilator because it's a light. When I hook the light up, this is gonna light up. When they take it out, the surgeon's gonna close this, lock it, he's gonna blow up so your rectum will expand, and they're gonna look inside. They're looking for hemorrhoids and different things. The internal hemorrhoids, not the external. This is what this is used for, and they do still use this a lot. On colon cases, they still use this a lot. But you always make sure you have either some solution, dip it, or you have some KY jelly, so they can slide it in, okay?
How far do they slide it in?
Well, it all depends on how big everybody's different inside, because you're prone. So once you're on your stomach and prone, they stick it in your, they're not gonna go too far, because they're not gonna get too far up in your colon. They can poke a hole in there. So they're only gonna go up into the anal canal area of it, okay?
Is that when they're doing like, never mind.
They taking out hemorrhoids, they check, not colonoscopies, that's a
Okay.
total different scope. Colonoscopy coming all the way up into your colon.
Okay.
That's a total different scope, that's much bigger and much longer.
Okay.
This is just to see on the edges around, do you have any
Hemorrhoids?
hemorrhoids, internal hemorrhoids that needs to be removed, or they're looking for some kind of polyp, okay? Same book, you need to go to page 61. This is called a Graves speculum. This is a Graves speculum. Is it in here? So how do you know it's a Graves speculum? If you look at the picture of the top one. Thank you. It's more curved, look like a spoon cup. And see, the lips don't meet. They not sit on top of each other. It's kind of half and half.
But it does though.
Correct. That may be the alias name you hear them call it. You're correct. That may be it. They have some, if you look at the other ones, some of them you can slide instruments in on the side if they needed to. This one you can't take it off and do anything. So once they normally stick, you know, like I said, have it lubricated and they stick it in the female, they open it up to see what they need to see, which is what?
The cervix.
Thank you. That's it. I'm glad y'all know your anatomy. Okay? I talked about this the other day. Argon beam. This is what this is. If you look in the multicolor book, the one that's on page 33 is for laparoscopic cases. But this one is for handheld. This is more on the outside. This is when you open cases. But the one on page 33 at the bottom, that's laparoscopic, because they can stick that through a trocar and burn inside if they needed to. This is the one I said burned my leg when it came through and burned. And I'm gonna show you how it works on here. They plug it into a certain machine and they just use it. It's just to spray over whatever they're spraying over. And it coags. So argon beam, hand piece. Argon beam, hand piece. Tell them what this is. Why? I mean, Lo, what is this?
A bag?
Well, it is a type of a bag. This is a Foley, 16 French Foley. With a huh?
Does that attach to the catheter?
Yes, because if I stick this Foley in you, where's the pee-pee going? It has to go in the bag. So this is a 16, this is not gonna be together on the test, that's why you don't need to try to write it like that. This is a 16 French Foley. Yes, I need to know that you know this is a 16 French. They come in different sizes. 16 French is your standard in the hospital. They can either go up a size or down a size due to the patient urethra when they're trying to stick it in. If their urethra is too tight, that's where them dilators come in at, to stretch it so they can stick a Foley in. If it's big, and they want to do a lot of draining to really irrigate out a person's bladder or whatever, they're gonna put a bigger size Foley. I've had this put in awake and sleep. Awake is not fun. It is not fun when they sticking it in fun, if you ever had it put in before.
I've had a patient rip his out.
They can, and that hurt like you know what.
He was bleeding.
Yes, yes. This is the urinary drainage bag. Urinary drainage bag. This is where the PP go, and then you got to see how much urine that patient got in the bag. You're going to hear that term, guys, as a scrub tech, because this hangs at the foot of the bed. So mayo is all down there in the way and everything, and sometimes you can see it. They can tell you, is that urinary bag, is that PP in there, is it cloudy? Is any blood in it? You can see this sometime, and you can speak up and say, oh, it look like you got some cloudiness to it, or there's some blood in there. Because a lot of times that means on the inside they done either brushed up against the ureters or something to irritate it. But a lot of times we can see this, and you can tell them, they'll ask you how much is in there. Oh, shit.
It's in page 108.
Boy, y'all got a good classmate. Charge them. Charge them. When you find these pages, charge them.
Yeah, the multicolored.
Okay.
Girl, she gotta make $1 wherever she can. Y'all ain't looking. Charge them, sweetie. Charge them. This is a endo catch bag. If we're doing a laparoscopic case and we take the appendix off, we can't bring the appendix through the trocar just naked. Why? What's wrong with the appendix?
It's dirty.
It's dirty. You can't drag dirty through clean. So they're gonna drop it off in here. And I'm gonna show you a video how that works.
And then, so they drop the
And they'll
appendix
pull
in
the
there.
string, pull it, and it comes out of a bag. It slips through your little trocar hole without contaminating your incision site. That's how the SSIs come in place, surgical site infections. You don't drag no appendix through that. Now, you may see them stick the gallbladder in here with the stones, different things like that. These come in various sizes.
Is it on page 46 that endoscopic catcher, or is this something different?
Hold on, what book you in?
The
I got to see what book, 46? That is correct. That is correct. So I'll show you how this works. We got them bigger than this where you can put a kidney in.
Wow.
It goes up to a size 15. We can actually put a kidney in here, but we can't bring it out of a hole. We have to make the incision big then to bring the kidney out. They're doing a lot of donor, related donor kidneys like this. If you're giving somebody a kidney, they're doing it laparoscopic robotically, and they put them in a bag. They go play with it and go to the other room with it to put in whoever you're giving your kidney to, if it's a donor relative.
Is it because it's slippery or just?
Yeah, and you don't want to be handling it. That's what I say. You don't want to handle too many specimens to be sitting handling. They put them in here to protect, because when they come out, you don't want to mess up your veins and arteries. They got to sew that back together in that person.
Okay. So it's not because it's like considered dirty,
No,
it's because it's
just because
delicate.
they want to preserve everything, make sure the arteries and the veins and the ureters and all still in contact.
Squished and stuff?
There you go. You're gonna be a surgeon.
And what is it called again? Sorry.
Who that? Oh, endo catch. She told you go to page 46 in your book.
Okay.
This is a ligature. I don't know if it's in here. It's Liga and then sure. S-U-R-E. Let me see if it's in here. Nope. Oh, go back. This is another unit that can be used outside and inside the body to burn. All it is a burn unit, burn and cut. The surgeons control it. They can take their fingers and rotate this here. You give this part off to the nurse. You save yourself up enough, just like you do your bove, and you give this part off to the nurse. She's gonna hook to a machine, and he's gonna operate. He can turn it if he don't like how he turn. He can bove it by pushing this, zing, and then he can cut it right here. Okay? another noise going in the room. So now I got the suction going, I got the radio going, I got this going, I got a hand bovie on in case it goes. You got a lot of noises. That's why I was saying earlier, Duka, speak up loud. Y'all gotta speak up because you got a ton of stuff going on. The anesthesia machine is going. There's gonna be a lot of noise going in the room, okay? We talked about this the other day, end-to-end anastomosis. All I want you to know is that an E-E-A. Exactly what it stands for, end-to-end anastomosis. All I want you to put down is the letters E-E-A. How do you operate this? This comes kit just like this. When you get it, when the nurse get ready to give it to you, because this come in sizes. We ain't gonna get there yet to make you know the sizes. This come in sizes. I think the bigger the number, the bigger it is. This is a 25. They got them smaller than this. We're trying to hook somebody back up because we done removed some cancer, let's say, in the colon or somewhere. We want to hook them back up so they don't have to get a bag. You know what I'm talking about when I say the bag? This is when you'll come use this in place. And I got a video, a perfect video, going to show you how to use this. You don't reuse it. Once it's fired in you, this is not reusable. This is not reusable. This is not reusable. Once you pop the bag, this is it. You can't reuse it again. It's like a Ziploc bag. Once you pop it and lock it, it's a one-time use. Same thing with all this other stuff. This is a one-time use. There's only one thing on here you're gonna reload, and I'll get you that. Let me find it so we can get to that page.
The EEA is on page 34, but I didn't find that literature.
It may not be in the book. It may not be updated because these books may not be all the way updated just yet.
EEA is on
Okay.
34.
Thanks, girl.
Go to page 157 in your blue book. These are these here. What I said, 157?
Yeah.
You see the difference in these down there on page 157? You got your, what is that, Boucheron, and you got your Gruber. That's what you see right here. If you look at them, there are two different things, but I just want you to, I don't know which one we're gonna put on the field, so you need to pay attention to your picture. Okay, this one is the Boucheron one. If you look at it, it's just straight down like a cone. This one have more of a fat, puffy end.
And that's the Gruber.
Yes.
So Gruber is a fat, puffy end.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She's so crazy. Here, you need my book. You want? Oh, you good? Oh,
Are
okay.
those reusable?
Yes. All instruments, metal instruments, are reusable, unless they just really damaged.
And then how do you suggest that we? Never mind.
Study the picture, because I don't know which one I may put on the test. That's why you got to really look at it. If you look at the picture, this one looks just like what it looked like, the Boucheron. It's just
Like a
straight down
cone.
like a
It
hat.
looks like a funnel. Like
Yeah.
All funnel, there you go. And then this one kind of got more the lump, kind of a, didn't go down, okay? Boy, y'all are on it. Y'all think y'all smart. Got something for you. Got something for you. Okay, we got two more things. And then you're gonna go eat, and then I think I'll show videos when you come back. And then as far as I'm concerned, I feel like if you where you think you need to be, y'all can get out of my hair.
You don't like us?
Not today. It's Friday, honey. I need a drink.
It's that.
No, I'm just joking.
The
Go to
bottle.
page 62. Go to page 62 in the blue book. This is a Haney or Valentine. It all depends. When you're looking at the Haney Valentine, look at these lines. And this is straight, by the way. So when you look at the Haney Valentine, look at these lines, how they going straight down like this. They're not going this way. They're going straight down. That's the Haney Valentine, okay? When you see them like this, going across, then it's just your regular Haney.
Okay.
But this one is a curved. There's a difference, straight and curved. What cases are these used on? If you in that page on that book, what does it say at the top?
Hysterectomy.
That's the only time you're going to see these used, in your GYN hysterectomy cases. You would not be using this on no liver, no lungs, no galls, nothing else but hysterectomy cases.
So you said it's a curve, right?
This one is curved, and then this one is straight. But we'll have it open where you can see, pay attention to your grooves and your lines. And they all got like a little tooth thing in it, like a little hump. See the little humps? You got a dent there and
Okay.
so it can close in together. That's why it looks like that.
So is the name for that one Haney Valentine?
Correct,
Is there a
straight.
name for- Straight Haney?
They come curved too.
Okay.
But this one is the lines going across, huh?
We need to specify straight.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay.
This one is going across. It's just a regular Haney. These come straight and curved too.
So it's curved, Haney, and straight, Haney, Valentine.
Not Valen.
Val-
We ain't Valentine.
Valentine.
Then we have this. This is the one you will reload. You can reload this one. Endo G-I-A. Endo, capital G, capital I, capital A. Endo G-I-A stapler. This is the one that you will reload. Once you use this green staple, you're going to be on the back table, you're going to pop it up, remove it, irrigate it in one of your basins, because that's why you got all them basins, right? Irrigate, because why? All these staples, some of these staples may get stuck in here, because all of them didn't fire out. You can't load it again with staples jammed in there, it's just not going to work. That's why after each use, shake it around in water or wipe it off with a wet lap sponge or something, and then reload it. And you see how I'm holding this thing, you controlling it. All I'm doing is turning it where I can slide it on, snap down. They can interchange the color on here. That's why this is interchangeable. Depending on the thickness of that individual's colon or whatever they stapling off. The thickness of it, then they're gonna change the colors. And any color should pretty much fit, I think up until a 60. That's why that 60 is on there.
Is it the depth or the width?
Yes, this is the depth of the tissue. So this thing starts off, you can do a 45, it just varies. A lot of times the reps are around when the doctors uses these. You're gonna see these used a lot on gastric sleeves. This here, because you're gonna constantly get them reloaded, so you may have 2 of these. This can spin if they need it to spin. That's why that finger, see how I'm holding that? They're taking their finger spinning. That's why that's like that.
What does that
Okay?
do? What does the spinning do?
Because what if I want to go down?
Ah, okay.
Or then if I want to go up? You have one that flex. You can go left and right. It'll say flex on it. So they want to go in some hole below or down here and make that bend, it'll flex. So we may have one like that. I'll have to pull it out and see.
You said that's for bariatric surgery?
It's for anything.
Okay.
But a lot of times with bariatric, they change out this.
Okay.
So they going, when they stapling across the stomach, they may start off with a small size. Now I'm going all the way across the stomach. I need some thicker, so it won't leak. It won't leak. Mm-hmm.
Do the staples dissolve or no?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if they really dissolve.
Okay.
I don't think it's gonna go off or alarm or nothing gonna go off or anything like that.
Right.
But I don't know that they actually dissolve.
Okay.
That's a good question. Why don't you research that and you tell us?
I will tell you.
You do that. That's your
On
homework.
Monday.
Extra credit, maybe, if the answer's right. The video is gonna show you how to operate this when we come back from lunch. How do you actually use this? The video is gonna show you how to use this. And I'm gonna pull up a robotic case for you to see how the robot go. Because y'all, I can guarantee you all, you will be, first probably 2 weeks, they're gonna throw y'all in robotic cases. 'Cause that's what they love to do. That's what they love to do, okay? So, any questions for me on what you did today?
The
What about
the Foley bag?
Nah, don't worry about all of that now. This is enough. Huh?
The Foley bag, so it's either the Foley bag, or the 16 French Foley bag, or the urinary drainage
I didn't
bag?
say 16 French Foley bag, I said 16 French Foley catheter.
Oh,
This is the urinary drainage bag hooked to
Okay.
it. But it's gonna be separated when you're gonna take the test. I just want you to know that this is a 16 French Foley catheter.
okay.
Because this catheter can come in various sizes, and the only reason why this is silicone, hint, anybody? Why is it silicone?
flexible software?
Okay, sound good, but what else? Latex free. If you look at the other ones in the books, they yellowish kind of looking. This is for people who got latex allergies. So they're gonna put a silicone one in them because they got latex allergies. So they don't want to be sticking. I mean, they got the severe latex allergy. So if you look at the other Foleys in the book, if whatever page they on, they're kind of an orangish color. So this is why they do this. Hint, hint. Okay? I'm not gonna ask you that, but you never know. Maybe an extra credit question.
Can you run through like all the names again?
After lunch?
Okay. Okay, as long as we do it again.
Yes, sir. After lunch.
Okay.
You good. Any questions so far seriously on your set? What, did y'all need something?
She needs some of those brownies. I was telling her all about.
I'm not interrupting your class.
You distracting it pretty
I'm not
much.
distracted. I'm not even eating. I'm just leaning against the wall.
Should have closed the door. Any questions on lab, what you did today? Setup. Pay attention to what we said. Your surgical conscience got to kick in. When we're talking about reaching over certain things, when y'all opening stuff, you got to remember you can't reach over. Pay attention to your surroundings of other people's stuff. Because see, when you do checkoff, we're probably going to do, I don't know if we're going to do 4 at a time. I don't know. We have to see how that's going to work because it's going to kind of be kind of hard to watch all 4 of y'all. We may do 2 at a time. So you need to pay attention. Put that imaginary wall we keep talking about up. So you'll know. So in order to really see it fulfilling, we may wind up just doing 2 at a time. Just to kind of get that feel of everything. We're working on tightening up the list, and once I get the list actually tightened up on the checkoff, I'll send it to you so you'll know what else to add to be studying for. Count out loud. You gotta learn how to open up your mouths and count out loud. Not just for us, but for the surgery place you're gonna go to. Because I'm trying to get you prepared for the different noises you will be hearing. Because like I said, when there's suction going above and that nurse may be way over here and you way over there, she gotta hear you. She gotta hear you. You gotta be able to speak a little loud. Not screaming. There's a difference in screaming and stuff. Yes.
So you can count